Hi everybody, it's Az here with Az Chats number 11. I'm pausing and acting a little bit weird because I don't know if you know Zerg. It's co-host Zerg. But
me.
last week in the top left-hand corner, I put it as Chats number 10. I didn't realise until somebody put it in the comments section. Look! There's Az Chats and there's AZCasts and there's Az stuff.
It's all about him. I don't know which side he's on this week, so...
Oh, you got that right. It's all about me.
It's all about him. Because he's either there, or he's there, or he's on both sides. Who knows? Maybe he's got himself on both sides of me. I don't know. That come from that side?
Yeah.
Okay. So I know.
Yeah. Just so you know where the punches are coming from. It's AZCast number 11. I'm your host, Az, and as always, my co-host, Zerg. How you doing, Zerg?
Yeah, not too shabby yourself.
I'm going to be sniffing like a cokehead today because I have a massive cocaine problem. No, because hey,
Like some charity.
yeah, it's like this summer and spring, my allergies have been pretty much non-existent, and I've been so happy. 2 days ago, started to kick in a little bit. Yesterday, a little bit more. Today, I'm a bit like a cokehead.
I got 30 in this box, so you can have some if you like.
I
got
was
as well.
watching MasterChef USA with my housemate last night.
As you do.
And one of the contestants got evicted, whatever, I don't know, kicked off, booted off. And I was sniffing. And they were like, it's all right to cry, dude. I'm like, I'm not crying, it's my allergies. And it's like, it's okay.
It's fine. It's
okay.
fine.
It's okay.
Do you like a tissue?
So if I suddenly do this,
Cue sound clip of him blowing his nose.
and then try to put my microphone off mute, then yes, you're gonna have to do some when you see the tissue coming up, take over, bud.
I'll try. I'm not making any promises, but I'll try.
Now, a bit of a slow news week. We do have some news pieces that we're going to go into, but the main topic of conversation is going to be about the sacking of particularly Jessica Price from ArenaNet.
Yep.
And I'm going to actually broaden it up a little bit into toxicity in gaming. Because I think toxicity is becoming a little bit of a trigger word for princesses getting princessy. But we'll get into that. That's the meat and potatoes part. That's the I was gonna say the penetrative part.
That's the grandstand.
This is the foreplay. And
The
this
pièce de résistance.
But we've got a few little pieces of news to get into. Let's start off with gang rape.
What?
So, there is apparently a mobile game called Roblox.
Right.
Have I heard of it? No. Apparently it's a kid's Roblox game. A parent in the US of A, where else? Where else would you get this? Posted a post on Facebook, because that's what you do nowadays when you're outraged, where she talked about her 7-year-old child was gang raped on Roblox.
What?
Yeah, her 7-year-old child was like, "Mommy, what's going on my screen?" And according to her mother, who was, quote, traumatized and violated, and felt violated, at the imagery that she saw on the screen of apparently robots fucking robots. I mean, how do you actually construct an argument for this?
I don't know. I don't even know how to construct that into some kind of coherent thought.
Right. Okay. Right. if we sorry, my PC case is rattling. I'm just going to take it off quick. If we can just get a little bit serious here. Okay. Now, I know some people might go, gang rape is very serious. Yes, gang rape is very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not in a video game. Right. Okay. I'll do something. What am I doing, Zerg?
He's imaginary eating.
I'm imaginary eating. I'm fake eating. I'm not really eating. You can't gang rape somebody in a video game. It's physically impossible. Can your hips grind? Can you whatever? Yeah, sure. Are you really traumatized and violated? Now, so, look, if some people think I'm being a little bit blasé about this, or a little bit, I was going to say empathic, but that's Deanna Troy. If I'm not showing particular empathy for this, I'm one of these people who's totally on the, you can't rape or violate somebody in a video game.
No,
it doesn't work. Sorry, mate. You go.
I mean, it can make you feel uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable when there are those kind of scenes in games. That's about as far as it goes. Slip uncomfortable. That is it.
No. Whoa. Are you talking about dev-created situations, or are you talking about if you're walking around on the World of Warcraft and somebody tries to bend you over and penetrate your anus?
No, anything that's story related, that's been created to be put into the game.
Right, that's not what we're talking about here.
No,
this is players on player action.
Right, player on players.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Sorry, misunderstood.
So this isn't Roblox. Right, there isn't a gang rape scene in Roblox. Anyone who's looking to get Roblox on their mobiles or whatever, there isn't any gang rape in that as an intrinsic part of the story. Right.
Okay.
Now, this is what the characters have. This is what the players have done.
Okay.
Right. So now you kind of get the picture.
Yeah. Now I'm on the same level as you now. I don't know what.
That is some fucking insightful insights there, Zerg.
Do you know what? This is what I've got to say about this, right?
He's gone. I'm going to sneeze. Dead air is a wonderful thing. You walked off, and suddenly I had to sneeze. So suddenly we just had this massive spell of dead air as you walked off and my allergies kicked in.
Perfect.
Anyway, the creators of Roblox, who said we take matters like this very seriously, actually banned the person in question. Not the 7-year-old girl. Okay. They actually banned the person or one of the. Well, it was apparently a gang rape. So why they only banned one person? I don't know.
Oh yeah, you can't do that kind of action.
The whole point of the gang rape part is the gang. Otherwise, it's not just rape, because you don't just put just in front of rape, but it's rape. Gang rape, it means multiple, whatever. But there was talk that they had managed to create a character that looked like it simulated a penis.
As you do.
Sorry, I am not... Right, people, before anyone gets triggered in the comment section, I am not laughing at rape, and I'm not laughing at gang rape.
No, it's not.
I'm laughing at the notion that people can claim to be traumatized and feel violated by pixels bumping against each other. We're not in the 22nd century where we have virtual reality dildo strap-ons and sensories that everything you do and experience in a game feels as if it's no, it's a mobile game on a fucking 7-inch screen at best, which probably looks like a load of crap and traumatized and violated. Jesus Christ. Do you know who should be traumatized and violated? True victims of rape.
Yes.
Those are the people who have every right to feel traumatized and violated. And for those people, I have sympathy for. Mums, Facebook mum. She was so traumatized, folks, she went straight to Facebook to post. Didn't email the company directly and say, hey, look, this is what happened and I'm very concerned. No, took to Facebook because we live in the age of outrage. Gonna blow my nose.
It just it's just one of the reasons why I don't own Facebook, because it just feels like the place where everyone has to go, where they have to, I don't know, say whatever the hell they like. Which nothing wrong with saying whatever the hell you like, but he's got Pepsi there, so he's just overruled what everyone's going to say.
No, I look, I'm with you. I don't have Facebook. I have no interest in Facebook. I think it's scum. Look, I think without trying to go too deep down the rabbit hole here, because this was meant to be a light-hearted story about gang rape. This was meant to be a little bit light-hearted, but a lot of social media is so damaging. I do think. I think that a lot of social media is massively damaging.
Oh, it is.
I personally just stick to Twitter.
Yeah.
And even then, I think half the time, why bother?
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest with you. And really, one of the reasons why I probably still am on Twitter is I do actually have some genuinely nice fans out there who want to engage with me, and therefore I do that. But if they're all to go away tomorrow, then buy from social media, because there's no real point. But yeah, I think a lot of Facebook is just damaging it. It's really, people get sucked into this, and they actually think it's now part of their real life, and it's not. It's an exaggeration of how you want to be socially, how you want to be perceived socially. It's a massive fucking lie in essence, but it's whatever you want it to be. But 99.9% of the time, it's a massive fucking lie. So anyway, Roblox, well done for banning the gang rape, whatever. Next piece. Fortnite Season 5 kicked off yesterday.
Yes, I did see that. It was all over my Twitter feed.
I've yet to jump in. I will be jumping in. I probably will be getting an event pass. I got an event pass last time. I got to about level 23, I'm going to say. I got a few things. I was happy. I paid £8. I was happy.
Do you know what? £8's not bad. That's half the price for a cinema ticket.
But if you are a massive, if you only play Fortnite, and for people who might get cynical, go, look, come on, people don't just play one game, World of Warcraft. If you just play Fortnite and you had played all through Season 4, there's a very good chance you actually would have earned enough of the in-game currency to purchase the event pass with the in-game currency. So there are going to be people out there who are literally going to be paying one lot of £8 or whatever for the event pass, and then that's it. They're going to use their in-game currency to carry on purchasing event passes, and that to me that is a massively generous business model for people who are invested in the game. From Epic, so, and I'm okay because their season's gone for 10 weeks. I probably won't participate in every season getting the event pass. I mean, you can join the season. You don't have to have an event pass to join in the season. Yeah. But there might be some times that because I don't play Fortnite as a constant. Like, I like to jump in, jump out. So, I'll get the event pass here and there and whatnot, and probably be quite happy with the little bits that I get. I take it you're not going to participate.
I don't know. I mean, if someone was to ask me and twist my arm a bit, maybe I could play a couple of rounds and get carried.
Well, I know a 7-year-old kid that's free. Who's not doing anything nowadays.
Can't imagine why.
Their game's just gone to shit, but yeah, cool, man. That'd be awesome.
Hit me up.
And let's just juxtapose the first article with this article. Activision Blizzard. I'm not a fan of Activision at all. Blizzard side, I used to be, but they're kind of getting worse and worse. Considering they're currently doing these things in game where they're trying to sell you existing races in the World of Warcraft, but whatever. It's called Allied Races, and it's a massive con. But Activision Blizzard did a pink Mercy costume for people to purchase, which was raising money for breast cancer research. They raised 12.7 million through this Mercy pink outfit, which is wonderful. Without trying to get into the cynical mode, I really hope that this money is going to breast cancer research.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention any breast cancer research companies out there, but there is a very specific one that is dodgy when you know where the money's going, to say the least. I think only a small proportion of the actual money they raise goes to actual breast cancer research. And their CEO, by the way, folks, earns themselves a cool $500,000 wage per year. That's pretty good for a charity, isn't it? And lots of dodgy practices going on. So I hope this is going to a legitimate one where all the money is all the money bar overheads, not egregious overheads, goes to breast cancer research, because that's a whole lot of money.
It's a lot. I should imagine it goes a long way. I don't know what it costs, like each month or week, whatever it is, to run these facilities to do the research. But if it's anything like what St. Jude is for the Children's Hospital, that costs absolutely millions to run each day. So yeah, hats off to them.
Yeah, good chunk of change.
Yeah.
So well done, Activision Blizzard. It's nice to know that you appease your conscience in some manner. That was the cynical. That was the cynical.
I was waiting for the cynical bit somewhere along the lines.
But when you just see what they do, you
can't help but not think that, can you?
And before we get into the meat and potatoes of the podcast today, which is currently being filmed on Friday the 13th. Dun dun dun.
9:55 in the morning for anyone who's actually interested.
There you go.
I'll have enough.
Today's time was brought to you by Fitbit Charge 2. Fitbit for all your current sponsors. What the fuck are you waiting for?
Sponsor him.
Right, some good news maybe if you're going to live for another 40 years.
I hope so.
CD Projekt Red have hinted, is the only way I can really stress, that there will be another Witcher game.
Oh.
However, they have also hinted that it won't be The Witcher 4.
Well, couldn't be, could it? Because Geralt's story's over. From what we know.
No, the trilogy is over. And Geralt's trilogy story is over. Doesn't mean that Geralt can't embark on another adventure.
This is true,
However, with them saying it's not going to be The Witcher 4, leads me to believe that it'll probably have a different protagonist. Maybe Ciri. Just a speculation. Yeah. Maybe Ciri. She's young. It's a different perspective. She's got, this crazy jumping between worlds ability and stuff.
She has the elder blood, so she has elder blood. She
does. She does. And, maybe Geralt would appear as, like a Dandelion would appear in a Witcher game, as a peripheral character. I very much doubt they'd do a Witcher game without at least a hint of Geralt.
Yeah.
But it's God knows when. It could be 10 years away. But it's something that they have hinted that they have said that their company has two major franchises, Cyberpunk 2077 and the Witcher series. Active, by the way. The Witcher series to date, The Witcher 1, 2, and 3, have accumulatively sold 33 million copies worldwide, which is pretty spectacular. And I don't think a huge chunk of change is the first Witcher game. No. So I think the majority of that will be Witcher 2, Witcher 3. It still continues to sell pretty decently today, does the Witcher. Yep. Kind of like a GTA 5. It just can't stop selling.
Yeah, it goes on sale every time there's a huge sale. It's every time there is a huge sale, the influx of players to it just keeps rising.
Look,
it's
folks,
fantastic.
Folks, if you haven't got The Witcher 3,
yeah, what have you been doing?
Look. No, I was going to say rob your mum. Just not going to say that. Not going to say that.
Go wash some cars.
Wash some cars, wash some windows,
Do some chores around the house.
Yeah, say, Mum, I want to earn a bit of... Look, Mum, I'm just going to be honest with you. I need to earn a little bit of extra cash. I'm prepared to work for it. Let me know what you want me to do to earn some cash. And if she says, why? She say, because I want to buy The Witcher 3. It's currently this price at this place. Okay, do it. Come back. Thank me. Right, so let's get on to the meat and potatoes. This is the only discussion piece we're going to have today, folks. Could go on for a bit, might go, might not, but
It's a doozy.
I do have a lot to say about this, about the whole situation, the whole circumstance. It's probably going to go off on tangents about gender. It's probably going to go off on tangents about toxicity in gaming. It's also going to go into tangents about ego as well, most likely. So let me just get the story out there. 2 developers from the Guild Wars 2 game by ArenaNet were fired. Jessica Price and a chap called Peter Fries. The emphasis, though, is really on this lady, Jessica Price. She had... there was something like a Reddit AMA or something like that with Guild Wars 2. And lots was discussed. And then after that, she took to Twitter, her personal Twitter. I stress personal Twitter. Not that it really matters, but I just stress because it is going to come back into the discussion later. Sorry, Coke habit. She goes onto her personal Twitter and she writes about the narrative in gaming, or the narrative in the Guild Wars 2. And it's about a 30 tweet. It's like 30 tweets.
Yeah.
So she's on a personal Twitter discussing her game that she belongs to. Okay? In my eyes, there and then, she's representing the company. Whether or not she says on a personal Twitter, these are my thoughts, these are my own, these are not indicative of the company. If you are discussing company issues on your personal Twitter, you are representing the company. Agree, right. Disagree?
That's a tough one. Because when I was reading up on this, I was sort of like, I couldn't try to decide where I wanted to be. Because if you're off the clock, because she was off the clock, but then again, like you say, she was talking about work that she...
Let me just continue the story then.
Okay, carry on.
And then I'm going to throw some questions to you.
Right.
And see how you respond to them. So let's just... So your answer is you're not sure how to take that at the moment.
I'm on the fence at the moment because I see both sides of the story.
Okay, all right. So you're on the fence about this. I personally think she's representing the company. That's my position. Your position is on the fence. Fair enough. So let's continue. So she does this 30 tweet post where she's talking about narrative in gaming. And one of the members, apparently a prominent member, I don't know Guild Wars 2, so I don't know this person from Larry, but apparently a prominent member of the community. Again, not that it actually matters who this person was, whether a prominent member of the community or somebody who had been a member of the community for 2 weeks. Called Dura, something like that anyway. Dura, something like that. He respectfully, you can tell it's respectful by the emojis they were using, because it's very difficult to read something and understand the manner in which it was written.
But then again, I hate emojis because I feel like people hide behind them.
Well, that's by the by. That's by the by. He said he tweets back to her. Interesting post. You know that. As in, yeah, nice.
Criticism, yeah.
But I'd like to allow me to disagree with a couple of issues, and this is why. And they construct a post about what they disagreed with, and it was all done very respectfully, indeed. Yep. And Jessica Price basically just attacked the shit out of this person. She just attacked the shit out of this person. She started going in about. She started waffling on about. I didn't ask for your opinion. Waffling on about asshats in the community, if I have to listen to every asshat that tells me how to do my job. So she starts attacking this person, getting very aggressive immediately from the get-go at this person, talking about asshats in the community, talking about how she loves the fact that people who don't work for the company like to tell her how to do a job, stuff like this. And then the Dwyer person responded by saying, look, I didn't mean to cause any offence. I was just, hoping to engage you about a few issues. I'm going to back away because I see that you're upset about this, or, so I'm going to back away.
Fair.
And thank you for your time, or whatever. So they did that again, very respectfully. Jessica Price then continues to go on a tirade.
Right.
And then decides to turn it into gender politics by saying, this is what a female has to go through in the gaming industry. This is what a female has to go through. Whereas Dwyer mentioned absolutely nothing whatsoever about gender politics, about her, her decisions being made because of her gender, because she's female. And then this is where Peter Fries comes into the equation. Peter Fries tried to defend Jessica Price, saying that, look, this is her personal Twitter. This is where I'm on the ground of, well, she was representing the company because she's discussing company things here. This is a personal Twitter. She didn't ask for anybody's opinion. So anyway, because of this issue, they both get called into the office, and Jessica Price and Peter Fries are both fired by Arena.net. So that is the story.
Yeah.
And the reason for the firing is Arena Net. I think it said Arena.net. I think it's ArenaNet. ArenaNet said that the way that they approached the community was not indicative of the company. How they spoke to the community was not indicative of the company, and they went against company sort of policy, and therefore they were fired. So before I go into my little piece, just based off the issue, the facts.
Yeah, just off of that little bit.
Yeah. How do you personally see this?
It's a tough one for me personally, because I don't really know too much about. I know people are bringing Gamersgate into this and whatnot, and I knew nothing about that. I had heard about it, but I didn't know exactly what it was. So I did some research last night about it, looked it all up, and just thought it was a load of rubbish, to be honest.
Gonna stop you right there. This hasn't got anything to do with Gamergate. I am asking you the question, Zerg, based off the facts.
The facts. I'm terrible at this.
What do you think about this? I'm pushing you on this one, dude.
You are. Okay, going off of the facts. Don't go off on tangent, because that's what I was doing.
I am court of lawing you here.
You are.
I am court of lawing you.
Right. So...
Will you please just deal with the facts, sir? I am
asking
you to deal with the facts, sir. Please answer the question.
I'm on trial. Okay, I'm processing. I'm a Windows 95 machine in my head. I'm slow.
Yeah, we'll get to XP quickly, bitch.
Yeah,
all right?
please.
Yeah.
I need an upgrade. Right. Okay. So she was talking about the company she works with. There's work that she's worked on on her own public Twitter.
Yeah.
Therefore, she is, as you said, representing the company. If she was talking about a game,
that is my opinion. Yeah.
Speaking generally about anything, not just the game, then I would have said she would have been okay, because she's generalizing.
Let me interject. One of Jessica Price's arguments was her personal Twitter is her private space.
Not when you're talking about work.
Well, I would go one step further. Your Twitter isn't private space unless your Twitter is private.
I was about to say that. If it's not set to private...
If it's set to private, you are only wanting the people who you follow and vice versa to see your tweets and to engage you. If your Twitter is not set to private, you are in the public domain. Because everyone can see your tweets. You can see people's replies. unless you've set it to a specific privacy. So I absolutely disagree that this is Jessica's private space.
It's not.
It's not.
Unless
You're in the public domain. But that's by the by.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Why she felt the need to attack this other person when they were just conversing. From what I know, he didn't say anything to trigger her or whatever.
Can I just interject for a moment, sir?
Sir?
Can I present you some more evidence, sir?
Yes, please.
You say I don't understand why she attacked this person. Okay, this is a tweet by Jessica Price regarding the death of Total Biscuit.
Oh, for crying out loud.
The nicest thing that I can say is that he's no longer around to do any harm. This is the type of person we're dealing with. If I can just be so bold, we're dealing with a cunt.
Right, I wasn't even aware of that tweet.
Jessica Price is a massive cunt. I don't care. I don't care if you didn't like TB, right?
I like TB.
I have a lot to be thankful for TB passively because I believe that without Total Biscuit, I wouldn't have even had a YouTube channel. I did a video on it. Do I agree with everything TB said? No, absolutely not.
But that goes with anyone. You don't have to agree.
Well, you'd be surprised how many people believe that if you like somebody, or company, or an individual, you have to agree with everything that they say.
Do we always agree? No.
Just watch every single podcast that we've done. Are we killing each other? No, we come back each week and have more fun. Because we're two people that can talk to each other and conflicting points of view from time to time. Well, we agree, we disagree.
He talks, I listen, and try to butt in sometimes.
And then you leave me with dead air.
Yeah.
But kind of getting a little bit serious again. If that is what you can say about somebody who's just died, you are scum. I said it when TB passed away, and I said it when these tweets came out from certain developers. You have to be a special kind of vile, a special kind of mitigated scum to say these kind of things about somebody that's just passed away. This isn't fucking Stalin. This isn't fucking Hitler that died. This is a guy who had a very straight, a very kind of like rigid perspective about the gaming industry. He called a lot of bullshit out. Did he make all the right calls? I wouldn't agree so. He made some mistakes. To err is human.
Yeah, I was about to say it.
But to kind of revel in somebody's death, because that, by the way, before people say, well, it wasn't too bad what she said, look at passive-aggressive people. This is a ridiculously disgusting passive-aggressive ding dong the witch is dead tweet. Okay? You don't have to have too many brain cells to understand that. So this is the kind of person, Zerg, that we're dealing with. Somebody who will revel in the recent death of somebody within the industry. Why she wasn't fired for that, I don't know. Just because it's on a personal Twitter account, I personally wouldn't care about that. Because I would be like, look, you did this on your Twitter. Yes, this is your personal Twitter, but this kind of behaviour is just disgraceful. As a human being, this kind of behaviour is disgraceful. So we're dealing with somebody who is not quite there. Because you can't be there. You can't all be compos mentis and revel in somebody's death.
No. I mean, I'm putting my hands up here. I'm not a bright person by any stretch of imagination. I know that for a fact. But still, you gotta have some kind of
humanity.
Thank you. To, respect someone and their family and what they're going through when someone passes. You don't put a banner up saying, wow, congratulations, they're fucking dead.
Well, they did.
I got them.
They did. That's the simple fact of the matter. They did.
Had I have known that about this Jessica, whatever her name is, I've forgotten her name already.
Jessica Price.
Had I known about that tweet, I know others.
You might be able to get her CV. She's looking for work.
I'm sure she is. If I'd known that before I went into this, I probably would have been a lot, completely, just fuck off. I don't want to give you any time.
Right. Okay. Let me just add some more information. Let me just give you some more information.
Okay.
When Jessica was fired,
yeah,
she did interviews with Polygon and Kotaku. I personally think Polygon is a joke of a website. I think it's an absolute joke of a website. I know some people like it a lot. I think it's a joke. This is the website, by the way, that did an article about why Destiny 2 is so good because there's fuck all to do. If ever there was a corrupt journalistic game, you got Gamergate. I mean, you asked me to explain Gamergate. I got no fucking idea. I don't know where to fucking start. I don't know if it's about gender. I don't know if it's about corrupt gaming journalism. To be honest with you, but the gaming journalism, gaming and journalism is just a fucking joke. Because all they do is it's just feeding the companies. That's all they're doing, feeding the publishers, feeding the developers. Because all they want is their rewards. They want their interviews. They want their trinkets. They want their parties. They want their social standings. They want all this crap. Because clearly they haven't got enough themselves to make it anywhere else. So they create stupid fluff arguments saying, wow, Destiny 2 is great because I can do everything in 10 minutes and get on with the fucking washing. Oh, God, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so Polygon have taken this stance where they want to kind of defend Jessica Price's perspective because, Jessica has tried to turn this into a gender political argument, even though it has nothing to do with gender politics. Why is she turning it towards gender politics? Because she's trying to deflect from the issue. She's trying to do what every good coward does, and that is play the victim. When a bully is caught out, when a bully is called out, or when a bully is flattened on its arse by a fucking punch, the bully inevitably goes running to the teacher because they are cowards, utter cowards. And Jessica Price is trying to demean females. She's trying to use the gender politics card as a shield to hide behind because she's a coward. A pathetic, disgusting coward who revels in the deaths of people. She is not a nice person. This is not a nice person at all. So Polygon do this article and Jessica Price starts talking about, I was told when I joined ArenaNet that it was going to be a safe place for me and my opinions. It was going to be a safe place for women to work. And when I got fired, I had to turn to the women in the company and say to you, I told you this was a safe place for you. I was wrong. And really politicizing this. Now, I have got nothing but respect for ArenaNet for sacking her, because look at this whole furore that she's trying to kick up. She is trying so hard to play the victim here. She's trying so hard to make this sacking look unjustified. When you boil it down to its common denominator, she wrote a company post on her personal Twitter that somebody respectfully replied to, that she attacked, and when they backed away, tried to play a victim, tried to twist the narrative. She writes narrative. That's what she does. Now she's trying to twist the narrative. And then you got Polygon writing pro articles. Polygon, seriously, if you agree that this is a gender political situation, then please, you need to sack your journalists. Because this has got nothing to do with gender politics. This whole argument has nothing to do with gender politics. It's about two people that had a conversation on Twitter, and the developer attacked them, the developer insulted them, the developer insulted the community, and then tried to hide behind it being the private space in a public domain, and then tried to turn it gender political when that didn't work. Sorry, I don't care if you're black, white, yellow, purple, you're 6 arms, 5 arms, male, female, gender neutral, don't know what you are, don't know what you fucking represent, don't know what you identify as. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is who you are as a person. And she's just showing exactly who she is as a person by her tweets about TB and about this situation here. She is a horrible person, a horrible individual. Sorry, and I'm gonna have a sip of Pepsi.
You have your sip of Pepsi Max, dude. I just can't believe we now live in an age where everything comes down to your gender. Majority of the time.
Well, I don't think it's per se that, Zerg. I think we live in an age where we hide behind labels, right?
That's what I should have said. Sorry.
But the thing is, this is just an evolution of what happens in the playground. Like I said, when a bully comes around pushing people, and one day somebody pushes the bully back, the bully goes running off crying to the teacher. Oh, he pushed me. When they've been the aggressor all along. This is a prime example of that. They came out, they've been bullying their passive-aggressive tweets about TB. I can't be wrong. I hate it when people tell me how to do my job. Oh, this is what it's like to be a woman. To me, the tweet that Dura did, they would have done whether they were male, female, fucking animal, vegetable, or mineral. There was nothing in the tweets that, in any stretch, way, or form, led to any sort of gender political argument. They weren't saying, "Hey, toots! Hey, I know you're a chick and all, but this is, as a dude, let me mansplain this." It wasn't any of that. It was just like, look, okay, I've listened to your arguments. I disagree with some. This is what I personally disagree with. What about if we have branching arguments? What about if we should allow us to make it feel as if we have more control? They were just offering. Now, whether or not their argument was right or wrong, it's irrelevant. They were offering their 2 cents to somebody who had written a 30 fucking page tweet.
So hold on a second. Mm-hmm. Hold on a second. I'm still trying to get to grips with why she went off on one in the first place. So this,
because she's a cunt.
Pretty much. This dude.
Mm-hmm. Because she can't be wrong. Whatever. She's never wrong.
Was offering...
It's like the Anita Sarkeesian situation. She talks about, being bullied. Oh, I'm bullied. I'm constantly bullied. I'm a woman on the line. I'm being bullied. I have all these aggressive people after me. And she's the fucking bully 90% of the time. This is a woman who elicits money, hundreds of thousands of dollars off people to make shitty videos that I could bang up in 10 minutes on my YouTube channel. If this isn't somebody that is using feminism as an excuse to profiteer, I don't know what is. But we'll get on to the toxicity part in a second.
So, hold on a second.
After you've had your say.
This dude that, won't quit, gives his opinion. All right? Says his 2 cents. Nothing in these tweets about attacking this individual, Jessica. Mm-hmm. Not attacking the gaming whatsoever, because obviously, from what I understand, this dude's quite a representative in the community. Obviously, loves Guild Wars 2 and wants to see it.
I think he's got an NPC named after him in the game.
Well, there you go. Right? So he says his 2 cents. He's very civil about it. He backs off and says, sorry, didn't mean to upset you or whatever. And she just explodes for no reason. Right?
Well, yeah, that's where she talks about asshats. If I have to deal with more asshats doing this, and then goes off about this is what it's like to be a female in gaming. Completely skewing the narrative in an effort to garnish, because put it this way, right? Because gender politics, especially in gaming, is such a touchy issue. Because look, and I don't want to just say gaming. There are a lot of companies now. Let me just go flat. In all the jobs that I've had to date, right? There's never been an issue with women in work. Never. I've worked under plenty of women bosses. There have been plenty of women in the company. They were everyone was treated equally. I personally have never existed in a company where men have been favoured over women. I could be a huge exception to the rule here. And I do know, I have heard a lot of horror stories about females within work. We've just had the BBC salary list coming out a couple of days ago, where it's male dominated. The closest female to a male in the BBC salary list is on 25% of what the male is, the top male is. So yeah,
same position. The same
well,
position.
they're essentially presenters, aren't they? I mean, at the BBC, this is what you essentially are.
Right.
So the top people are presenters. The first woman is presenter. So they're doing exactly the same job. She's getting paid 4 times less than that. So in major companies, there definitely does seem to be some huge disparaging differences within pay, and that's just pay. And I understand that the treatment of women in certain companies has been pretty bad. But when you try and use that, when you try and weaponize that to push your narrative when it's got nothing to do with it whatsoever, when you try and weaponize racism, when you try and weaponize feminism, when you try and weaponize equality, then you are a part of the problem. You are not part of the solution. You are part of the problem. And saying, I'm a feminist, and then trying weaponizing feminism, so people suddenly are like, oh God, if I take the side of the male here, I'm gonna be branded a misogynist. I'm gonna be branded this. I'm gonna be branded that. And so they're hoping that the people are gonna cow away because they're a coward. They expect other people to back away like cowards. Well, some of us don't back away like cowards. We'll support women if we believe in it. We'll support black people if we believe in it. We'll support trans, whatever it is. If the cause is just, we'll absolutely believe in it. But when somebody tries to weaponize it, when somebody tries to use it as a tool to push their own shitty narrative, they can go fuck themselves, is what they can do. And this is what she's tried to do. She's tried to weaponize feminism. She's tried to weaponize this into a gender issue. And a lot of people have called her out. And a lot of people, in my opinion, have rightfully called her out. Typical coward. Sorry. Just had to get that.
No, it's just fine. Do you know, I wish I was savvy to all this stuff myself, because I had no idea about all this, and it just blows my mind that there are...
To me, it's so obvious. I mean, to me, it's just blatantly there. You have a developer of a video game.
Yeah.
Let's just put this down to its base components. Actually, let me give an example, right?
Okay.
Ian HeelvsBabyface, I'm going to use the World of Warcraft example because probably a lot of people who watch this podcast or listen to the podcast are actually going to, be WoW people like myself, so you're going to understand this analogy. Ian HeelvsBabyface does a Q&A on Twitch for World of Warcraft, right? And then afterwards, he goes to his personal Twitter account and he does a 30-post tweet about content within the World of Warcraft. And then I come along, because, I've been very critical of World of Warcraft because I think a lot of it needs criticising. I come along and say, Ian, I hear what you're saying. Thank you, but I disagree with these issues. And this is what I would personally do. Now, if Ian turned around to me and went, fuck off... actually, let's not put those words. If Ian was to turn around at me and go, I didn't ask for your opinion. This is my personal Twitter account. If I have to, you're not even in the industry. Why do I have to listen to you? You, a non-person in the industry, talking to me, a developer who does this for a living, about how to do my job. Sick and tired of you asshats. I'm going to block any asshat that comes and tweets me and tells me how to do my job. Do you think the same kind of situation? This is now between two men. Do you think people will just go, well, Ian's behaviour was perfectly acceptable? No. His behaviour wouldn't be deemed as appropriate.
It doesn't. It shouldn't matter the gender or whatever. You've sat behind a keyboard. As far as I'm concerned, you're nothing. You're not. You haven't got a gender. You haven't got an age. You haven't got a name. You're whoever. You're just a person, right? So why would it matter who is making what gender the person is who's making?
It would matter if the discussion was gender related.
Yeah. Well,
That's when it would matter. It would matter if the person who responded was attacking her because she was female.
But there wasn't.
I know that. You know that. It's there in black and white on Twitter.
So why the hell? We know why the hell, because she's a complete another.
She's a horrible person. She uses feminism as an excuse to be a twat. She hides behind it to utilize it as a shield to protect herself from criticism or response, because people don't want to be seen as attacking feminism or attacking a woman. And it's just cowardly behavior. It's typical cowardly behavior. So I think personally, I think her sacking was absolutely spot on. Since her sacking, she still hasn't got it. She still has protested that it's about gender politics, because, again, she's trying to skew the narrative to turn it away from what it was. Somebody just responded to her post about a game, and that was it. And the thing that I would like to discuss now is the sacking of Peter Fries, who was the developer who came to Jessica's defense, saying this is her personal account. She didn't ask for people to respond here. I think Peter's naive.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't want people to reply to her tweets, yet it's a public account.
Yeah, Peter's dumb. When I say naive, I was gonna add on top of that, before you so rudely interrupted.
See what you did there?
I do it all the time. I was gonna say naive being nice, dumb as fuck being honest. Peter's dumb. Peter, I commend you on wanting to. No, I don't actually, because Jessica's a cunt. Look, you got to pick your battles. You got to pick your heels to die on, and Peter just did a really stupid thing. Peter came across as somebody who was scared of being seen as misogynist if we didn't defend the angle. Look, it's not private when she's got a public Twitter, and it's not private when she's discussing work from her public Twitter. It doesn't matter that she put it on her personal account. She's discussing her work. But the question is, I want to ask you here: did Peter Fries deserve to be fired for this business?
So all he did was trying to defend her.
He tried to defend her, saying that she didn't ask for people to respond. This is her private space, which it isn't, and generally was a bit dumb, to say the least.
Was it fair in him getting sacked as well? Well, in a sense, yeah.
Okay, do you want to explain?
Well, he just joined in, didn't he? If you join in with someone who's sort of screaming and shouting, you're no different to them, really.
Oh. Okay, I don't quite agree with that.
Fair.
So you're essentially saying, I'm not trying to put words into your mouth, but are you saying guilty by association?
Yes.
Right. Okay. I hear what you're saying there, because this is a touchy subject.
Yeah.
With Peter defending her, you could argue that he's defending her stance, he's defending her point of view, which, as we've just discussed for the last 20 odd minutes, was a position of shit, that she tried to skew the narrative towards gender politics because she got called out, and like any coward, she tried to hide behind his shield because she was found out for who she is. So I understand that. I personally don't think Peter should have been fired. I think he should have received, a written warning, verbal warning, some sort of very severe punishment in terms of you do this again, you're gone.
Yeah.
Because this was not your position to defend. But he didn't. I don't think I'd have to have a look at Peter's tweets again. But I don't think that he joined in the gender politics issue. I think he just said,
right,
it's her personal. So I don't think, if I'm wrong, he did start bringing gender politics in. Get rid, because he's just as stupid. But I personally, based off the fact I don't think he did, I don't think he should have been fired. I think he should have received a severe warning, final written warning, whatever you want to class it as.
Should that not have also happened to Jessica? As far as I'm aware,
no, because she insulted. He didn't directly insult the community. He didn't call anyone asshats. He didn't say to anyone, "Don't tell me and I'll do my job. This is my personal Twitter account. Don't expect me to kiss your ass here."
Yeah,
and stuff like that. I'll talk to you, because that's what she was essentially doing. Like, her Twitter bio was something along the lines of, "This is my personal account. Don't expect me to be
your
pleasant
friend.
to you here. I'm not on the clock here." And, it's really aggressive, shitty kind of stuff. Because guess what? Jessica Price is a shitty person, people. You can, just like the female Ghostbusters movie, women can make bad films too.
I've not seen it.
Yeah, neither have I, actually, but I'm going by word of mouth here, which is a bit dodgy. Well, as you can't say that unless you've seen it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. But going by the general consensus, all right? Going by the general consensus, because I'm sure not every single fucking man in the world's a misogynist, and I'm sure everyone, people are...
Well, I like to think I'm not, but...
Yeah, so Peter Fries didn't directly attack the community. He didn't insult the community. She insulted the community, then tried to twist it into a gender politic. Right, okay. Let me put it this way, Zerg, right? Let's say I'm black. I know I couldn't get any whiter than... If Casper jizzed on my face, I would be still whiter than... I couldn't get any whiter. But let's just say, for argument's sake, I was black, right?
Right.
And I put out a video on YouTube, or if I took to Twitter and just said, I work for a company, and I'm just like, my game is doing this, and this, and we're doing this, and this, and this. And somebody says to me, okay, I hear what you're saying, Az, but I disagree, and I would, this is the way that I see it, this, and this. If I turn around and then go, this is. You don't tell me how to do my job. You're not a developer. I'm a developer. Don't tell me how to do my job. And then they turn around and go, "Look, I'm sorry, Az. I didn't mean to cause offense. I'm going to back away from this."
That's
okay. And then I turn around and go, "This is what it's like to be a black man in the gaming industry."
Do you know what? Jog on.
And this is exactly the same thing. That's what they've done. They've tried to politicize gender. They've tried, again, without trying to constantly repeat, they're trying to use it as a weapon. Yeah. And Jessica, she got everything she deserved. Peter, I mean, I can't say 100% I disagree with the sacking. I personally wouldn't have. I personally would have given, like I said, a severe, do this again, mate, and you're fucking out.
Yeah, it kind of feels like there was something else, because
I think he got sacked for the reason that you said. I think he got sacked by guilty by association.
Yeah,
because in coming to her defense, they're now tying exactly what she said to him as well. Yeah, and I can understand why they would do that, because one thing that we can both agree on, I think, with Peter Fries is what he said was fucking dumb.
Don't want you guys
really fucking dumb to defend that. Nobody was attacking her, Peter. She was attacking them. Nobody was having a go at her sex that she was bringing up as a political weapon. If you want to defend that, Peter, you are dumb. So Peter's definitely dumb and stupid, for sure. And maybe they just thought, right, look, if this guy's so fucking idiotic to defend this stance, then we'll get rid of him as well, because he's essentially a problem as well.
It's a ticking time bomb, really. You don't know what
the worst thing is this looks bad for all the women in gaming. This adversely affects them because she's used it in a weaponized form. And so it just makes things more difficult for females in gaming because of this. Doesn't make it better for them. It just makes it worse for them. So she's pretending to be one thing. She's pretending to be a feminist, and she's just a cunt. She's using feminism as an excuse to be a cunt.
Yeah.
Got everything she deserved. So let's time's are ticking, but whatever. I think we've given up on the fact that it's meant to be an hour long. It was going to be an hour long. I think we've given up on that now.
Yeah, we've given up on that one.
I want to get into toxicity.
Right.
Okay? Toxicity within gaming.
Yeah.
Because one thing that she also brought up was she talked about after she'd been fired and she was doing her interviews with the journalistic press.
Kotaku, PC Gamer, all the
I got a degree in creative writing. I'm a journalist now. By the way, can I have my foam Fortnite hat, please, fan, whatever. She started to bring up toxicity within the community, talking about how part of the community is toxic. Toxic is such a buzzword to throw around, right? And to me, because I've been accused of being toxic because I criticized the World of Warcraft, and I've criticized it calmly, and I've criticized it very animated, because I've been very angry about certain things, and I've been annoyed about other things, but not to the degree where I have to scream and shout. But sometimes I have to scream and shout. So I've been accused of being toxic because I don't drink the Kool-Aid and say everything is awesome. And this is where toxic becomes a buzzword. To me, toxicity is when you have people that are purposely trying to subvert the game, where people are, internally in the game, whether they're playing, whether they're griefing, whether they're messaging people, whether they're harassing women, whether they're harassing guys, whether they're harassing people of color. To me, it's more of a harassment and a bully. That to me is toxicity. Speaking out against something isn't being toxic.
No, it's critical.
It's being critical, and there is no fucking law that says if you're being critical, you must do it in a very calm, controlled manner. If I want to get fucking animated about something, I'll get animated about something. Does it make me toxic? I don't believe so.
No, you're passionate about something that you believe can be better.
Well,
you want it to be better.
You've hit the other word. This is again. You used the passion word. Passion of the Christ. Use the passion word, and this is a word which has been used again to cover up toxicity. Not to cover up but to dismiss passion and put it straight to toxicity. Because if you get too animated, passion turns into toxicity, apparently, which I disagree with. And we've had this from developers before. They talk about people are passionate, but we people are passionate, sure, but I think passion can turns into toxicity. Look, if I didn't care about WoW, and I'm using the WoW as an example because it's the game I've played since 2007, it's the game that I've had the most dealings with and it's the game that I've had the most turbulent relationship with.
Yeah.
Because I've, at one point in history, it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever played. I loved it. I'd defend it to the hilt. It was my hill to die on. And now it's just like, what the fuck has happened to this thing?
Yeah.
What has happened to this game? So I've got very passionate and animated about the game because I don't think it's ever going to return back to where it was.
No.
That's why we're getting classic WoW, because they won't. And it's just so frustrating to see a game deteriorate in my eyes. Now, if you disagree with that, that's fine. I think the game is deteriorating. I think it's deteriorating drastically. And there will be an AZCast coming out. I am sort of working on it, where I'm talking about MMOs in general, but I'm not going to tell you what the topic is, and I'm not going to go too much into thing. But let's just say it kind of really elaborates on this. And it's kind of a weird video, but it's alright. But you know, if I didn't care, I wouldn't say shit.
No, you wouldn't.
If I didn't care, I'd just fucking cash a paycheck on YouTube, making just bog standard. Well, this is happening, and this, top 10, top 5. Look, Jaina's got a face. Let me just do thumbnails. Let me just clickbait thumbnails of people going. You know, or whatever. You know, I just cash a wild paycheck. But unless I've got something to say, I personally won't. Now, if you want to cash a paycheck, your prerogative, your channel. You do what you want. You do you, or whatever. But I get passionate. That's me as a person. I get passionate about shit. And if I want to talk about something, and if I want to get animated about something, and if I'm going to get pissed off at something because I think it's detrimental to the game, I'll use the command table as an example. It's the biggest piece of shit the World of Warcraft has ever entered. The fact that they continue to do it just shows that they don't give a flying fuck about it, because it's given the illusion of content, and they want to give the illusion of content because they're too fucking lazy to actually think of anything constructive to do in the outside world. Come at me, I fucking dare you. And so if I want to scream and shout about that, I fucking will, because it's an utter piece of fucking shit, which has ruined the game since Warlords of Draenor, or been a contributing factor. It's not the all-encompassing ruining of the game, but it's a massive contributing factor to allow Blizz to just do fuck all. And there are the kings at the moment of wanting to do fuck all. And when my Battle for Azeroth review comes out, because it's only 4 weeks away, you'll kind of understand. You'll probably see a lot of that, because Battle for Azeroth at the moment is just a copy paste of fucking Legion. It just feels like they've lifted, dumped, expansion over. Yay. And there's nothing there which is seeming to be creative or different or new. It just looks, oh right, I'm in a beautiful location because the art department rock. I'm in a beautiful location just doing exactly the same fucking stuff I've been doing for the last 2 years.
Look at this. This is passion from one point to the next.
No, I'm toxic. I'm toxic.
No, you're fucking not. Shut up. This is the difference between toxicity and passion, ladies and gents. You can see the good things in the game, and you can look at the bad things and go, well, this would be even better if it was this, or that.
But the internet's binary, Zerg. The internet's binary. It only deals in absolutes.
Absolutely.
If you criticize one thing, you hate everything.
Oh.
If you like blue, you hate red.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you hate red, Zerg? You're wearing it, for God's sake. Why do you hate red?
Because I'm so conflicted and confused.
You're just a toxic piece of shit, Zerg.
I am.
You're a toxic piece of shit.
Toxic towards Sombrero. After Sun, whatever you want to call it. After Sun, because I got burnt the other day.
I really thought you were going into Sombrero talk then. I thought, okay, this is getting really weird.
Ombre Solaire, or whatever it's called. I don't know.
Ombre Solaire. Factor 10. And people challenging developers, or people challenging what's going on in gaming. And it's so easy to just have people turn around and go, oh, you're being so toxic. Why?
No.
Just look at the state of the gaming industry. Just look at EA fucking up the gaming industry. Activision Blizzard fucking up the gaming industry. Just nickel and diming everyone. Like I said at the beginning of the video, even the World of Warcraft now, and I'm using WoW as the example.
World of Warcraft now,
they are literally selling you races which are in the game and calling them allied races. Oh, your Dark Iron Dwarves? They're exactly the same as Dwarves. They're exactly the same skeleton of Dwarves. They've just got a different skin on them. But we'll put them in the game, so if you want one on your main character, shell out the money. Same with the Draenei, same with the Margar Orcs, and same with High Mountain Torrents.
You're still muted.
And we're back. We're back.
We're back. We're back.
These are characters that exist.
He was off on a mime there. He's gone so off on a tangent so much his voice has left him. It's like, I'm off. I'm out. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
There are 4 races which currently exist. For those factions right now, the only thing that's different is a cosmetic antlers or skin color or whatever it may be. But Blizzard they know that if people want it on their main character, because they understand that people still are attached to their main characters, if they want it on their main characters, fucking pony up. So that's called nickel and diming people, and it's also called having absolutely zero respect for your community. But if you challenge that, if you challenge the development team on that, you are toxic. You are toxic. This is the way. This is the narrative now. This is the narrative. This is a way to try and shut you down. This is a way to try and close your voice, to silence you. If we brand somebody as toxic, it tries to diminish their power. It tries to make anything they say irrelevant. Oh, HeelvsBabyface did another video about why he doesn't like, let's say, ponies in WoW. Bad example, because what's wrong with that? But no, HeelvsBabyface has done a video on why the outside world in World of Warcraft is terrible. Oh, well, he's just toxic, so we'll dismiss it. You create they create the narrative of toxicity. The gaming industry create the narrative of toxicity. They twist the narrative. So when there's anything critical, when there's anything passionate that people want to discuss genuinely about the community, they dismiss it. They dismiss it. And then when they have, and then what else they do is this is where you get other YouTubers and shit on your side. This is when you invite them to for argument's sake again, Blizz HQ. You invite them to Blizz HQ, and then they come along and they're just like, "Hi, welcome to Blizz. This is isn't it great? Oh, thank you for showing us all this. Oh, hey, we've got an after this party. Oh, do you mind if we give you some merch? You can give it out to your audience as gifts." And they're bought. They're now bought and paid for. Blizzard Shields, because now they've had a taste of the fucking coke. They've had a taste, they've had an injection of the heroin, so they know that if they speak out too much, if they get too animated about something, you don't get your prizes anymore, you don't get your treats anymore.
Can I buy you?
I can't.
Can I buy you?
Too many calories, mate. Sorry, can't.
You sure?
Yeah, can't. Oh. And, can't do it. So then, when somebody speaks out in the community, they speak out against them, and they push the doctrine of, well, he's a toxic member of the community. He's a toxic member. And it kind of tries to push them out. It tries to push out the critical voice. Because they don't want the critical voice. They just want the fucking people that shut up, open their wallets. There you go. That's what they want. That's what they want. They don't want the people who will challenge the game. They don't want the people who will say, look, this ain't good enough. You every quarter you're coming out with hundreds of millions of profit, and we're seeing no changes in the game. We're seeing no developments in the game in terms of technology. We're seeing no developments in the game in terms of development of content. We're seeing none of this, but you're constantly showing out these massive profits because, of course, now the subscriber isn't the main focus. It's the shareholder. And you are here. You're right here because you are the commodity that you sell to the shareholder. Hey, shareholders, we have X amount of subscribers for the game that generate X amount of revenue. This is why you should buy our shares, because our shares are going up because of this increase in revenue because of these fucking whales that are just ponying up cash. So you're not the focus. You, as the fucking subscriber, are no longer the focus of the argument. You are not the main function that need to look after. They need to look after the shareholder. They need to look after the money. But you challenge this, you're toxic. And it's all a narrative to push out people who will dare challenge.
Can I give a fantastic example of a passionate community and a dev working together?
Sure.
Division.
Okay.
It came out
fucked.
wasn't too great. The community spoke out about it, about everything that was wrong with it. And it wasn't being toxic at all. They were being passionate. They want the game to be something that we knew that could be amazing. So what did they do? They listened. They brought in some of the community who were up there, YouTubers, streamers. They even brought in nobodies as well, the average gamer or whatever, and got them all sat down, spoke, and listened to these passionate people because they wanted to make a game that they knew was going to be able to be talked about for years upon, and build a franchise upon. Is that not a fantastic example of passionate group coming together and making a game better?
All right, I'm gonna slightly play devil's advocate.
Okay,
and I'm purposely playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah,
we were missold the Division.
Yes.
And that, to me, is a big thing, right? Yeah. It's great that they're working together again, but this is a problem that we have. The developers seem to feel it's okay to get away with murder.
Yeah.
And I'm not just using the Division as an excuse. Watch Dogs, No Man's Sky, Destiny 2. You can go on and on and on and on about misselling, misrepresentation. Yeah. So the developers kind of go side by side with the toxic. The developers seem to think it's fine to con the community, to missell, to lie, to cheat, to swindle the community. But the community dare speak out. You're toxic. You're toxic.
Didn't Britney Spears sing a song called Toxic?
I don't have the money to pay for the royalties for this. So we're gonna stop that one right there. There's gonna be no singing. But yes, there definitely was a Britney Spears song.
I thought there was. I got it in my head now.
If I actually had anyone that watched my channel, that I'd probably be ready for the inevitable soundbite of Britney Spears Toxic coming through the conversation here. But it's like what's good for the goose ain't good for the gander. So if the community wants to challenge, you're toxic. But if the developers and the publishers want to missell and lie and cheat and swindle you, then they just come out and go, well, we hear the community. We're listening to your feedback.
Oh, don't say that we're listening. I've heard that so much over the past couple of weeks.
We're listening to your feedback. But you see how the narrative gets skewed?
Yeah.
You see how the narrative gets skewed? It's fine. It's fine for them to act despicably. It's fine for them to nickel and dime you. It's fine for them to fuck up your franchises with pay-to-win systems like Battlefront 2. It's fine for them to be totally hypocritical like EA is in terms of loot boxes. Oh, we don't believe in pay-to-win systems, and then within the same fucking interview talk about how pay systems are fine with FIFA. Oh, but pay-to-win with FIFA, that's fine.
Yeah, it's fine because we've put the percentages.
It's fine because people are still buying them. People are still. I don't think they even are. They're not.
No, yeah, there was I'm sure there was a video I watched a couple of weeks back.
Not with FIFA.
Yeah, they have had to put the percentages in.
They've been forced to. Most likely.
Well, they've been forced to.
They don't do it fucking voluntarily. I'll tell you that for now.
I was like, well, it took you long enough, didn't it?
To agree, where it's now banned, I believe, in Belgium, and I think it's banned in Holland. Loot boxes. I don't think you're allowed to purchase them from the stores now for those countries. I think they're locked out.
Nope. Steam, and on Steam as well, it's been locked out as well, I believe.
Well, I think loot boxes completely in those countries.
Sorry,
doesn't matter what the game is.
Yeah.
It's just loot boxes in those countries are now locked out. You can't purchase them.
Yeah.
But this is the skew relationship that we have. That their behaviour can be as reprehensible to the point of almost criminal, if not criminal.
In most cases,
but if you speak out, if you get passionate, if you want to fucking have a rant and a rave, if you want to challenge this, you are the toxic person. You are the person that needs to be got rid of. So I think this whole toxic conversation is so skewed now. It's so twisted to fit the developer's narrative, not the community's narrative. It's so twisted to fit their narrative that they try and force people out. Excuse me. That was the Pepsi Max. Because of it. Anything else you want to add to that?
Not really, to be honest.
Good toxic funky.
It's just back the days where, you know, people were toxic towards each other in games rather than
there's toxic, but you dare challenge a dev, you dare challenge content, you dare challenge profit over development, and you're just toxic.
I just want the gaming community as a whole and developers to be able to just sort of like, you know, be civilized towards each other.
But I said at the beginning of the video, which I haven't gone into, which I'll just touch on very briefly, is ego. Is ego. And to me, that plays a massive part. These people, because the game industry has exploded these people now believe they are fucking superstars.
I was about to say that. I'm almost sure I watched a video a couple of months back saying, going over this topic, where they believe that devs honestly believe they are at the same status as rock stars, superstars.
They think that they think
So
they're bona
the
fide
ego levels up
celebs. They have these unbelievable egos now. They don't believe they can do any wrong. That was one of the biggest problems of Warlords of Draenor in the World of Warcraft, was the development team didn't actually think they were doing anything wrong.
I honestly believe there is...
Sorry to cut you off, but EA have just been talking about how we as customers don't know what we want with Command and Conquer. We don't know what we want. We don't know what we want. We need to respect mobile gaming. We need to respect opening up our wallets and throwing money at EA without questioning. They have absolutely no regard. You are literally a fucking wallet or a purse. You're just a bank account number. They don't give a fuck about you. Some do. Can I just stress? Some do.
We care.
No, some developers
Because we're passionate.
No, we're just toxic.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You got to get it right. We're just toxic.
Yeah.
Just toxic people. Oh, they're so toxic. How dare they challenge it? Oh, the toxic people. But yeah, ego plays a massive part, I think, in... Well, Jessica Price. I mean, the ego on that woman is something to behold. It's just something to absolutely behold.
Well, to be able to turn something into nothing into something is amazing. That's a magic trick in itself.
Well... Fuck off, Jessica. You know, could have happened to a nicer person. I genuinely hope that game companies out there don't hire, understand and realise exactly what she is as a human being, never mind anything else. She can be great at her job. She could be an amazing developer. But as a human being, this person is just disgusting. Just absolutely disgusting. And karma has a great way of biting people in the ass. What goes around comes around. So I think they've at least got some of their just desserts with this situation, and now they can take to the circuit and profiteer off feminism, like other people are doing, and turn it into a money-making scheme for you, because that's really all that you've cared about, I think, in trying to politicize this and trying to weaponize this. ArenaNet, well done. You made absolutely the right decision in dismissing this toxic piece of crap from your company. I've got no sympathy for Jessica. Comes across as a vile human being who I wouldn't even want anything to do with as a person in my life at all. My God, just the gall of the thing. Polygon, just you keep just being as shit as you are.
Just do you.
And you do you. And You know, enjoy your parties and your invites, and enjoy your kissing up to devs, and you know, you enjoy that. You enjoy that, you shallow fucks. And I think we'll wrap up AZCast number 11. So say goodbye, Zerg.
Goodbye, Zerg.
And we'll be back with more toxic behaviour next week. Until then, you take care. I'm your host, Az. Bye for now.